My name is Ahmed Mujtaba Qaiserani, and my company is called Texnet International. My experience with Voltaic Power has been very positive. I wanted to implement solar panels and solar power in my factory, and to do that, I contacted Voltaic Power. So we installed solar panels here because our factory is actually located in Korangi, and here there's a big load shedding issue. We suffer from load shedding around 10, sometimes 12 hours a day. It started off as much more manageable a few years ago, but now it's just completely impossible to run any sort of manufacturing business or any sort of business here, frankly. We suffered from around roughly 10 hours a day of load shedding, and we still do. But solar, especially with the batteries, with the hybrid system, helps to alleviate a lot of that. So it's definitely helped my production operations because it's resulted in very little changeover, because typically before, obviously, making sure switching over from K-electric to generator would take a little bit, 10-15 minutes, which when it comes to production, even that much time can have a big effect. And I think the switching to solar has, because now I find myself not always requiring to turn on my generator. But now with solar, that's no longer a requirement. More than half the time, we don't even use the generator now, and around half the time, and we rely on the solar mostly. The battery does cover most of the load shedding time. I know just yesterday as well, the battery was running till around 12 a.m. at night. That's when the battery had run out of its power. So it definitely covers the entire day. I was looking around in the market. I had emailed and contacted several solar power companies over here. And just based on the package and just the initial meetings as well, and how involved Voltaic Power was in the process as well, I decided to put my trust and my business in Voltaic Power over the others. We installed a hybrid system. I think it's called 68 kilowatt panels and 60 kilowatt battery. The installation experience was it was a tough experience for sure, because we obviously we could not close down the factory or anything, and at the same time the load shedding that was occurring was also definitely made it difficult during that process as well. But the Voltaic team definitely helped helped to work around that process. So I think solar is very useful, especially here in Pakistan, and it obviously depends on where your company is, where your business is, or your home is. If you suffer from a lot of load shedding, then you have your reason for installing solar. It's an investment, but it definitely gives you your returns back within a year or two. And I think for a business, it's really important. Even if you have an alternate power source, such as a generator, which we did as well, it's still a much smoother transition to use solar instead of that, and also definitely costs a lot less. After sales service has been very positive. The Voltaic Power team and their engineers stayed with us for around 1 or 2 weeks after installing everything, after making sure everything was okay, just to make sure things were in order, make sure there weren't any issues. And when there were any issues, they were very quick to respond on the phone, and even came down when they had to. Actually, very important to get installed from a well-known, large, proper company, because these are electrical equipments and a lot of issues can happen. Maybe an inverter can completely shut down, or some issue can happen. And what I noticed with Voltaic Power is that when some of these small issues happened with us as well during the process, they took full responsibility for it, and also quickly sought to deal with the matter as well. So I think that's the one difference that you'll find with between working with a proper company versus just a regular independent installer, is that just the level of responsibility and accountability that a proper company is willing to take. I would definitely recommend Voltaic Power to others. Few reasons. First is that I think Voltaic Power is just very competitive when it comes to price in the market. Out of all the vendors I spoke to, they had the lowest price for and the lowest budget for this installment of 68 kilowatts with the 60 kilowatt batteries. And on top of that, their team is just very technically sound, very good at guiding my people, my team, very good at accommodating different issues, different hassles. Obviously, working and installing an entire big solar project onto a running factory is very difficult. It's not the easiest thing, but I think Voltaic Power's team did a great job. They definitely did not shy away from any challenge that came with these conditions.